Episode 5. Revelation and a New Mystery Dawns. 1. The Grand Convergence. A tense fortnight followed. All the artifacts, 10 in total, were brought to a newly fortified section of the Quantum Eye facility in Cusco. Military personnel guarded the perimeter. Secure satellite uplinks allowed collaboration with Zurich, Kyoto, and other global research hubs. Scientists, cryptographers, and AI experts from around the world gathered, forming an unprecedented think tank. Felicia, Delgado, Fang, and Carmen took center stage, presenting their findings and coordinating the final integration of data. Dr. Alvarez oversaw the entire operation like a conductor guiding an orchestra. "We have less than 2 weeks until the date indicated by the final artifact," Alvarez reminded them during a briefing. "If this code points to a cosmic alignment or event, we need to know what we're dealing with, ASAP." Fang, bleary-eyed from lack of sleep, tapped a series of commands into the quantum console. The 10 artifacts were placed in a circular array within the superconducting chamber, each one linked to the quantum computing core by specialized couplers. "We're about to try something unprecedented," Fang said. "Each artifact acts like a quantum storage node. If they resonate in sync, we might unlock the entire data set." Carmen hovered nearby, triple-checking the fractal patterns, while Delgado kept an eye on the lab's security monitors. Felicia watched from an observation platform, heart thumping in anticipation. "Initiating entanglement sequence," Fang called out. The lights dimmed. A low hum filled the chamber. One by one, the artifacts glowed, their crystal nodes lighting up like tiny galaxies. The hum rose in pitch, and a flurry of data started streaming across the screens. Complex fractal images, cryptic symbols, and wave function diagrams flickered faster than the human eye could follow. Then, abruptly, everything went silent. The artifact's glow faded, replaced by a stable, pulsing aura. On the main monitor, lines of deciphered text formed. "We are the circle of the future. We hide among the past to shape tomorrow. Prepare for the crossing. Coordinates: 14 degrees south, 72 degrees west. Date: the next eclipse." A collective gasp rippled through the lab. "That coordinate is near." Felicia paused, cross-referencing a map. "That's in Peru, not far from here, in the Andes, near the region of Choqquequirao, I believe." Alvarez typed furiously, verifying. "Yes, it's an uncharted area near the ancient ruins. The next eclipse is in 9 days, a total solar eclipse visible in parts of South America." "The code says, 'Prepare for the crossing,'" Delgado repeated, eyes wide. "A crossing into what?" Carmen asked, voice trembling with excitement and fear. No one answered. The lab was electric with tension. The puzzle had led them back to Peru, near another ancient site. Perhaps the final piece lay there, waiting to reveal the artifact's true purpose. Second race against time. A new expedition was organized at breakneck speed. Helicopters, drones, and specialized gear were gathered. A multinational team consisting of Felicia, Delgado, Fang, Carmen, Alvarez, and a select group of AI robots, Atlas, Vega, Nova, Sierra, Rhea, and Prometheus, readied for departure. They had 9 days until the solar eclipse, time enough to locate the precise site and see what awaited them. Rumors flew. Was it a secret technology demonstration, a message from future humans or time travelers, or an alien infiltration disguised as man-made devices? Despite the swirling theories, the team pressed on. By dawn of the next day, they were airborne, headed to a high-altitude region near Choqquequirao. Felicia stared out the helicopter window, watching the jagged peaks rise to meet them. In her pocket, she carried a small, palm-sized crystal node, one removed from an artifact for portable study. She felt an odd sense of destiny, as though every step of her life had led to this journey. They established a base camp in a narrow valley, overshadowed by towering cliffs and shrouded by morning mist. The team began scanning the area using advanced ground-penetrating radar and satellite uplinks. "We're looking for any sign of ancient structures or caves that might correspond to the coordinates," Delgado explained to the assembled group. The first day yielded little but dense rock formations. On the second day, the drones uncovered a hidden canyon partially masked by centuries-old landslides. It matched the coordinates closely. "That must be it," Fang said, eyes shining. "Let's move out." 3. The Hidden Temple. Navigating the landslide debris was treacherous. The slope was riddled with loose boulders and unstable ground. At times, the team had to use rope lines hammered into bedrock to prevent deadly falls. Vega and Nova scouted ahead, mapping the route in real time. Finally, they reached a plateau that ended at a sheer cliff face. Carved into this cliff was an ancient gateway, its stone lintels decorated with glyphs reminiscent of Inca or pre-Inca art, yet with patterns strangely echoing the fractal designs on the artifacts. "We've never seen or documented this site," Delgado murmured, adjusting his headlamp. "It's not in any records." Fang set up a portable quantum sensor near the entrance. The readings spiked immediately. "This place is saturated with the same quantum resonance we picked up from the artifacts." A hush fell as they entered the gateway. Torch-like LED beams illuminated a vast chamber carved into the mountain's heart. Pillars lined the walls, each inscribed with geometric symbols. At the far end stood a circular dais, reminiscent of an ancient altar, but constructed from a metal and stone composite. "Could this be from the same technology that made the artifacts?" Carmen asked, stepping carefully. Atlas and Prometheus scanned the dais. Their data revealed a hidden mechanism beneath. With Dr. Alvarez's direction, they removed a covering stone, revealing a metallic port shaped exactly like the base of the newly discovered artifact from Four Corners, USA-1. "It's a docking station," Fang realized. "We're meant to place the artifact here." Felicia felt a surge of adrenaline. This was it. The reason the artifacts existed, to guide them to this hidden temple. But for what purpose? "Let's bring USA-1, Delgado said. "Carefully." They retrieved the artifact from its protective case. As Atlas lowered it onto the dais, a soft glow emanated from the metal. The dais pulsed to life, arcs of light dancing along engraved channels. A low drone filled the chamber. Suddenly, the other artifacts, placed in a ring around the dais, activated in sync, shining like stars. Data streamed across the portable monitors. The atmosphere seemed to vibrate with unseen energy. "We have an energy buildup," Alvarez warned, checking readouts. "It's stable for now, but intense." The dais center opened, revealing a swirling void of luminescent vapor. It looked like a vortex of light, spinning slowly, beckoning them. "Is that a gateway?" Carmen whispered, eyes wide with awe. "We might be looking at a quantum bridge phenomenon," Fang speculated, voice trembling. "A distortion in space-time. Could it be a portal to somewhere else, sometime else?" Astonished, the team watched as the swirling aperture expanded, forming a translucent arch-like structure. On the other side, vague shapes of a different environment flickered, rocks and a star-filled sky, but not the same sky above Peru. "The eclipse is in 2 days," Felicia reminded them. "The code mentioned a crossing then. Maybe the alignment will power this gateway fully." 4. A thin veil. The team decided to hold fast in the temple, monitoring the phenomenon. Over the next day, the vortex ebbed and flowed, never disappearing entirely. As the hours ticked toward the eclipse, the energy readings soared. Felicia paced the chamber, her mind buzzing with possibilities. Could this truly be a bridge to another world, another time, or a hidden dimension? Who built it? "Circle of the Future," the code had said. Were these the cryptic architects? "We've got to be cautious," Delgado said. "Stepping into that thing could be a one-way trip." Fang nodded grimly. "But we need to see what's on the other side. It might be the only way to solve this puzzle." "All the artifacts have led us here," Carmen added. It can't be a coincidence. This is what they were meant to do. At dawn of the second day, the partial solar eclipse began, the moon creeping over the sun's disk. A hush fell in the temple as the outside light dimmed, the stone walls casting strange shadows. As totality approached, the vortex intensified, growing taller and more opaque. It shimmered with faint colors as if reflecting a distant galaxy. The artifact array beeped, displaying a countdown to the moment of total eclipse. Here we go, Felicia whispered, adrenaline surging. When the moon fully covered the sun, darkness enveloped the region. In the temple, the dais erupted with brilliance. The vortex flared, stabilizing into a transparent tunnel. On its far end, they glimpsed a rocky landscape lit by unfamiliar constellations. The air crackled with electricity. This is insane, Delgado muttered, voice filled with awe and fear. Fang, eyes locked on the monitors, announced, "Energy levels stable. The gate is open, but we don't know for how long." A single voice broke the tension. Felicia spoke up, stepping cautiously toward the portal. "We have to see what's there." "Wait, we should send a drone first," Alvarez said, grabbing Felicia's arm. "She's right," Delgado agreed, exhaling shakily. "Let's not risk a human life unnecessarily." Atlas launched a small reconnaissance drone, Micro Eye, into the vortex. For a moment, it vanished entirely. Then a signal returned, albeit distorted. The drone's camera showed a desolate, rocky terrain under a twilight sky, the horizon dominated by strange rock spires. Then the feed cut to static. "It got some footage, at least," Fang said, analyzing the data. "Atmospheric composition looks similar to Earth's, but the star patterns are different. We might be looking at another planet, or maybe Earth in a different epoch." A heavy silence gripped the chamber. The portal's swirling lights reflected in everyone's eyes, a luminous temptation. 5. The surprising and unexpected climax. Time was short, only a few minutes of totality remained. Felicia looked at Delgado, Fang, Carmen, and Alvarez, seeing the same mixture of fear and curiosity that churned within herself. "I'm going," she declared, voice trembling but resolute. Delgado gripped her shoulder. "We're all going. Together." Carmen and Fang nodded, though Alvarez hesitated. "One team, maximum of 4, she finally said, tears at the edge of her eyes. "The rest will stay to monitor and keep the gateway stable. You have 1 hour if the portal remains. Take your suits, breathing apparatus, everything you can." Hurriedly, they prepared. Atlas accompanied them, loaded with equipment. Vega and the other drones stayed to help Alvarez. With hearts pounding like war drums, Felicia, Delgado, Fang, and Carmen stepped onto the dais. "Good luck," Alvarez whispered, her words carrying the weight of finality. They took one step forward, passing through the swirling membrane. A tingling cold enveloped them. Reality seemed to stretch, then snapped back into place. They found themselves on a rocky plateau, air thin but breathable, the sky an alien tapestry of unfamiliar stars. Mountains loomed in the distance, bathed in dim twilight. "We made it," Fang breathed, scanning their surroundings. "This is not Earth. At least, not Earth as we know it." A faint path led from the plateau into a canyon. Strange rock formations dotted the landscape. The silence was eerie, broken only by the team's soft footsteps and the hum of Atlas's servos. "I'm picking up a faint quantum signal," Atlas said in a calm, synthetic voice. They followed the signal deeper into the canyon, each step a leap into the unknown. Eventually, they reached a cluster of low structures or ruins, their architecture resembling a mixture of natural rock and engineered design. In the center of the largest ruin stood a pillar, etched with more fractal symbols. It pulsed with the same energy signature as the artifacts. "So, this is the source," Carmen murmured. Without warning, the pillar flared to life, projecting a holographic image in the air. A figure appeared, humanoid but indistinct, robed and faceless. It spoke in a shimmering voice, fragments of which the translator integrated into English. Welcome, travelers. We are the Circle of the Future, guardians of the Great Crossing. You have passed our trials, found our keys. Now witness our place among the stars. We are your descendants, from another timeline. We sow seeds in the past to guide our own creation. Stunned silence. The figure continued. Time is not a line, but a tapestry. We safeguard humanity's future by weaving our presence into your past. This world is one possible branch. The crossing draws near, and choices shape what is yet to come. Carry our memory back. Our existence ensures your tomorrow. Then the figure faded, leaving them with more questions than answers. Were these time-traveling humans from a future that diverged, placing artifacts in ancient tombs to ensure humankind discovered this gateway and shaped the correct timeline? Fang whispered. They're future humans ensuring a stable loop or maybe a better outcome. The artifact puzzle was their way to steer us here. Incredible, Felicia said, tears in her eyes. We're standing in a place that might be Earth's distant future or an alternate timeline. They guided us to preserve their existence. Delgado stared at the horizon, speechless. Carmen wept quietly, overwhelmed by the implications. Time, however, was running out. The partial eclipse had ended on Earth, and the portal's duration was uncertain. An urgent beep came from their suits, a recall signal from Alvarez's monitoring team. We have to go back, Delgado said, voice heavy with both wonder and regret. They retraced their steps to the plateau. The swirling portal was already flickering. With a final look at the alien sky, they stepped through. A flash of disorientation, and they were back in the Andean temple, stumbling onto the dais as the vortex collapsed behind them. Alvarez rushed to them, relief on her face. The artifacts around the dais dimmed, their purpose fulfilled. Felicia tried to speak, but words failed to capture the enormity of what they'd witnessed. In the following days, the team documented every detail of their experience, the data from the remote world, the recorded holographic message, the star maps. The artifacts were now dormant, the portal closed. Governments argued over disclosure, conspiracy groups howled for secrecy. Yet the knowledge existed. Humanity was linked to a future or alternate timeline, guided by those who came before or after. A new mystery dawned. If the circle of the future ensured a timeline in which humanity thrived, what other branches existed? What else might be out there, seeding the past for their own survival? Epilogue. In a quiet moment at the lab, Felicia held that small crystal node in her hand, recalling the haunting alien sky and the robed hologram's words. The artifacts had fulfilled their mission, but they left behind a legacy of infinite possibilities. As she gazed at the dormant node, she felt both wonder and trepidation. The story was far from over. Another crossing might come, another door might open, and humanity would again face the unknown. Because once you knew that time was a tapestry and not a line, the future was no longer a distant horizon. It was a path weaving in and out of the present, beckoning, shaping, and forever mysterious.